Good morning, guys. Mike, aka Crypto Jewels. All right, a couple things happening and a few potential scenarios still with Oraichain. This is a ORAI update. So for you, those of you guys who have been following this and watching these updates, know that I believe we have got this impulsive structure here for a one wave, which is a trend reversing impulsive structure, which would indicate a bottom being in down here in November, and then working on this WX, possibly this ABC to put in our Y wave, and then impulsively moving up to our third wave from there. So that is ultimately what I believe we have at play. And this structure breaks down as such. So this could be an A, B, possibly a C, which would be, a real funky looking bizarre structure for an ABC. It would be basically a truncated C wave. But it is possible that our C is in and we do have a bottom in place, and then we are going to be working on our impulsive structure up from there. I do not believe this is an impulse. I believe that is a corrective wave. If you guys remember, we were watching that structure back when it started to develop, and it really only put in 3 waves. It did not satisfy a 5 wave off of the low. So I believe that is a B wave structure and not a 1 wave. Even if we don't break below the bottom of this A, I do not think that's an impulse, and I do not think that was technically from an EW standpoint, I don't think that was the start of our reversal of the trend. I still think this was part of the larger degree correction. Not that that matters, just kind of a side note. So anyways, with that being said, if that's the RA, this is our B, and then we have our potential C wave, which would be this 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly calling for one more low, as a 1, 2, 3. This would be our subwave structure of our final 5th wave. This would be our 3. This would be an A, B, C for our 4, which would be getting this would be a very deep 4, and then you would have one more 5 down, which could break that low, sweep that low, and then from there start to impulse up from there. But ultimately, I believe we are close to a bottom regardless, and potentially may have a bottom in place here as a truncated 5th. So this could either be, let's throw our fibs on this. This could either be a very, very deep 4 wave, which would have retraced to the 61.8% retracement level of that wave 2, which technically is an extremely deep 4 wave, but did not invalidate the impulse down. So if that is still at play, what we have is this, 1, 2, 3, this A, B, and then this, C wave, which would be a 5 wave structure, which is what we do have. And then from there, you would anticipate a rejection for our final 5th wave structure down. So that is possible, but I really, I think at this point, this is getting really deep. So this would have to be the top, and we would really have to retrace from there, which ultimately, I think either way, we are likely nearing a top anyway, even in the bullish scenario. And I mean, just a short-term top, that is. So what bulls would need to see is this structure to hold a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would put in a possible 1 wave structure, and then we would have to hold this support level here, which is anywhere from 263 to 286. If this is indeed the top, that could put in our 2 wave and then impulsively break above the top of that 1 wave. That would indicate the top is, or the bottom is in, and that would indicate that we are now ready to start our larger degree 3 wave. So this would be the bottom of our 2 here, and that would be a truncated 5th wave is what that would end up being. So that's ultimately what the bulls need to see happen in order for this to, from an analysis and a technical standpoint, in order for us to say with confidence that the bottom is in. So really, until that happens, from a pure analysis standpoint, we can assume until we do get that structure that this will follow through. Again, it does not have to follow through. But we, from an analysis standpoint, from a risk management standpoint, all that fun stuff, you have to assume that it's going to follow through. Now, as a trader, that doesn't mean that you don't try to buy this two-wave. This is a beautiful risk versus reward trade. If you want to take this trade, if you haven't been in this, you could easily take your, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. This is just how I personally trade. So if you wanted to be, depending on what your risk management plan is, you can take this trade, target the 61.8% retracement level, 50% retracement level or so, and you would be, obviously setting your stop below this here, and you would be, looking for a nice, let's see, the RR on this is 4.89. So that's a pretty damn good risk versus reward on this trade. So that would be a fantastic trade. Understanding the downside is breaking below that level there. That would be ultimately what you're looking for. And guys, this is an example, just to show something real quick, of what I am developing. I'm creating an online course right now. I'm going to have it launched within the next 30 to 45 days. It will be a private launch for those who sign up with the link below this video. That private launch will be going out to people with significant discounts to the price of the course compared to when I publicly launch it. And this is exactly the kind of stuff that I talk about and teach in that course in detail. Obviously, I teach my overall analysis with EW, and then I teach how I couple that into my trading style and my risk management. So if you guys have interest in that, I'd sign up below this video to get notified of the private launch so you guys can enjoy significant discounts once that is launched. But anyways, so that's ultimately how I would be trading this if I were to trade this. So that's what I'd be looking for. All right, guys, we'll see you later.